Okay, time for something completely different. I'm in a different room, playing on a different Wii. And this is going to start with a question. Why do they call it why do they, non-Wii people, why do they call it a first-person shooter? FPS, first-person shooter, right? I'm an ex-Marine, not infantry. I was a tanker. Just a disclaimer. It was fun to know that on the Wii they had a Marine specific game when you're a Marine or ex-Marine. It's very cool. I won't go through all the graphics, make everybody crazy, but let me show you this. All the configurations, of course, music goes off, effects go up, character voice. You want the character voice here a little bit because they do. It's a squad. You're a 4-man squad, a rifle team. So you want to be able to talk. All Wii remotes have speakers built in. That's the cool thing about the Wii. Another cool thing. We'll apply that. Controls. There's only one control scheme. You can't change it. And this is what you're seeing. A standard Wii controller with a trigger button on it, right? And of course, either chuck to move around, like that. Very straightforward. Sprint C button, the Z button, the large button on the bottom. Hold it to go flat or crouch, and you move with your thumb. Very cool. I use a wireless chuck receiver there, chuck over here, so I don't have that cord slapping me in the face if that's ever happened to you. You can reload this way by moving the weapon up and down, or you can actually use the C button too. They don't tell you that. Only one control scheme, the standard Wii, which means it's not compatible with things like the Wii Zapper and other handheld gun devices. You can only play it one way, this way, the standard controller, standard chuck. And brightness, the sensitivity, leave it right in the middle and adjust it as you play if you want it to be more sensitive or not. You'll see how that works. And here's the beauty of it. The head-up display. Now I played this game for years, and I've played it through probably 3 times. I've erased my things and start all over again. It's a blast. So here you go. Here's your screen. This is your working screen. It's a 4-man rifle team. There's you holding this weapon, supposedly. And here's your 4 other members. Okay. Now see up here, start from the top. Weapon says on. Turn it off. Now start on the bottom. Say hints. Hints on, hints off. See upper left, street cleared and secured. Now, for reality's sake, you're gonna turn that off. Your rifleman. There's your rifleman statistics. Here's your statistics. Single shot, 3-round burst, magazines, full total rounds magazine. Same here. If you want to know what your rifleman's up to, that's usually your point man is gonna be your rifleman. Doesn't have to be, but we'll turn that off. I don't need statistics clogging up my screen. The radar, of course, the radar is very handy to have, but as you're walking down the street, do you have a radar? No, you don't. The player, the person playing, you. Those are your statistics up there. Your status, crouching, prone, standing, what selection you have, all that, your health bar, all that's you. But you have that when you're in the field? Well, no, you don't. Here's your team down here. You have 3 different members of your team. Whether they're holding or advancing, free firing. Do you have that in real life? No, you don't. Turn that off. Last thing here. Last thing. This silly gun that every game has. When you walk down the street, you see this silly gun. It's the equivalent of fake hands on a fake steering wheel. If you're going to play a game, a first-person shooter, and you're controlling a fake hands on a fake weapon with a keyboard and a mouse, or a game controller that takes 2 hands, and you're shooting by using your right thumb on a button, and you're moving around by using your left thumb on a button, neither one of those, in my opinion, is a first-person shooter. It may be shooting from a first-person perspective. I don't even know where the shooting part comes in. So you come over here and you turn that off. Now look at that screen. Looks like reality. There's no active tutorial, it just tells you what to do. Aim the remote up and down. Ba, 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 ba. You have 2 radials. The plus button is the weapon radial, the minus button, because you do it all with your thumb right from here. Completely controlled. There's your trigger button, reload button, weapon radial, command radial. There you go. Pretty standard conventions as far as that. Avoiding damage. Left and right on the control pad. Form up, hold. You're telling your fire team that. And right on the control pad is hold fire, free fire. Sounds a little bit complicated, but it's not. Very straightforward. Command radio tells you what to do. For the fire team, gonna knock down a door or something. Take down a hostage situation. All done in first person perspective, including the shooting, which means this is the only first person shooter available. For reals. You lose 2 members of your fire team, game's over. You can lose 1 person and continue, but you have to call a corpsman for them. Corpsman, if you know what a corpsman is, they're part of every combat action. There you go. That's the tutorial. There's no you don't actually play a tutorial. There you go. And there is no training modes. There's no practice modes. You simply start playing. Also, you start a new game. Here's your difficulty modes. Recruit. That's you know, just getting started. You're a recruit. You're still in boot camps. A recruit. You're a Marine when you leave boot camp. You're a recruit when you're in boot camp. When you leave boot camp, you're a Marine. So that's for babies. There you go. You're a Marine. A gunny is an E7. That's a high-level sergeant. Let's call it 3 from the top. E7. So that means you're more experience. But there you go. That word. Simulator. simulation. The thing that we are so good at doing. Put in simulation mode, start the game. Now, I'm wearing that stupid camera on my forehead. And of course you can change all kinds of stuff. You can use reports and blah 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 blah. This is the first level. I'm only going to play this first level. This wasn't about a gameplay thing. It was about a question. Why do they call it a first-person shooter? Well, this is the only first-person shooter. Now, my head's going to try to stay level for the camera, but as you walk down the street, here's your gun, there's your trigger. You're going to aim it like this. You're going to move over here with your chuck, left and right. Stand up, prone, crouch, sprint. You're done with your left hand.
Gladiator 2, eliminate members of Akbar al-Sood's militia from the streets behind Echo Base.
Ooh, hold on. Now, you gotta be careful, because unlike the racing games, you can't sit on top of that sensor bar. And sensitivity's always going to be weird. I dial it in. Now you got to train your right hand. That's your right hand, thumb hitting the left stroke. Form up or hold position as you move forward. Notice how I'm in a first-person perspective, holding my weapon. Got it? I can scope down. So I'm reloading. Come over here. Crouch down. My fire team's back there. I'll call them up here.
Hold fire! Free fire! Hold fire! Gladiator 2, do you copy?
And just like that, you're dead.
Gladiator 2, eliminate members of Akbar al-Sood's militia from the streets behind Echo Base. Hold position. Form up! Stay in put. Hold position. Form up!
Hear that voice? You can turn that down or off, but you want to hear it. Crouching down. Got an enemy on both sides here.
Hold position. area of operation through the hall across from the rug shop.
That's just a teaser level. That's something about the controller sensitivity. You want to dial that in.
Gladiator 2, proceed to your next area of operation through the hall across from the rug shop.
Okay, so there, let me count that as a go. There's nothing else back here. I said I'd play this level a few times. Okay, good. Now here we go. Reload.
Hold fire!
Alright. Now without that icon there, you don't know if you're crouching or standing. You just gotta bounce back and forth to make sure.
Free fire! Good to go. Target.
Anyway, I'm not going to do this anymore. I just want to show you that this is a first-person shooter. I'm in the first-person perspective. I'm in that world. I'm moving around in that world. I'm looking in that world. I've got my weapon right here. It's a gun, any gun you want it to be. Okay, it's got a trigger on it. You aim it, you shoot it, and I'm in the picture. You don't see any fake hands. You don't see any fake weapons, any cartoons.
Gladiator 2, proceed to your next area of operation through the hall across from the rug shop.
Those reloads are a bummer because you cannot move. When reloading, everything stops. You can't do anything, so yeah, it's realistic, but it's a bummer. Where's that guy? Take him out. Oh, there he is. Come on, man. Alright, thanks guys. Thanks for the help. Alright. Here we go.
Free fire!
He dies hard. Okay. Now you can pick up their ammo too. Pick up their weapon. Pick up their ammo. Yeah, your team.
Hold position. Form up. Stay in put. Red. Green.
Now you're gonna see, not everybody you see is a bad guy. Not everybody you see needs to be killed. You want to detain them. HVT, high value targets. For instance, this general. You don't just shoot him on sight. Obviously you want to grab him, torture the heck out of him. Kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. Now you can dial this game in, sensitivity, options, however you want if you're playing it. But right now, I'm playing a first-person shooter. Isn't that weird? On the Wii. Okay, watch this.
Hold fire.
Okay, here's the command radio.
I need some fire.
We're gonna take down.
Go, go, go.
I mucked that up.
Clear the militia from the street.
Get it? There's my fire team. All 100% health. Moving forward. I can tell them to stay here.
Hold position.
And they'll stay right there.
Form up.
But I'd rather have them with me. Now you come over here to this door. And you tell everybody to
Frag and take down. Good to go.
Okay, frag and take down. We're going to throw a grenade in there. And shoot the bad guys.
Frag and take down.
Good to go.
Go, go, go! Do you copy?
Obviously, I did that wrong.
Gladiator 2, clear the militia from the street.
It's very Rails, same missions every time, same scenes every time. I've got about I don't know, about 7 scenes in. I played for about a straight hour, but there is a part that I just cannot get past.
Hold position. Form up. Take down. Good to go.
Okay, they're all here. Ready?
Go, go, go! All secure.
You're in a war zone, so don't get complacent.
Gladiator 2, do you copy?
Oh no, I died again. The problem with these, what happened there was, when you use these wireless remotes, if there's no action on the remote, like you're doing stuff, it'll go silent on it. It'll go to sleep, and then you'll just try to move, and it'll be sleeping, and you won't be moving. Like, what the heck's going on? And then you realize you have to hit this button again to activate it. Just one of the downsides of having the remote. But you got to keep active with it hitting the buttons, make sure it stays awake. That's what happened right there. Anyway, I'm out. First-person shooters exist, but only on the Wii. Everything else is like a what? A button mashing exercise, or let me get on my keyboard or mouse and type a letter in between some fake shooting. I've made the whole world mad at me. If they weren't already mad at me about making fun of them for using racing simulators, they're mad at me now.